So the Reds would be a logical pick, but I'm just going to go with my feeling, and I'm going to go out there, and I'm going to say I just have a feeling that they're going to lose some of those games against the Pirates. I'm sure they'll lose some of them, but I think they're going to lose more than they hope against the Pirates, maybe 50-50. And I think the St. Louis Cardinals are going to play good baseball the rest of the way, and I got the St. Louis Cardinals climbing back into it and somehow getting that second wild card spot. Is this what I want? Not necessarily. If the Giants end up being that wild card team, it is at Oracle. I think we could beat the Cardinals at Oracle, but I mean, I might feel better against the Reds or something, and I feel actually a lot better against the Mets, all due respect. But no, I'm going to predict, official, outside-the-box prediction, the St. Louis Cardinals are the second wild card team.
Baby. Enjoy this great game.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Baby Baseball channel. This is Eric, and today, before we get into today's video, I want to give a shout out to the 2021 Low A West champions, the San Jose Giants. That is the Low A affiliate of the Giants, and also even their High A affiliate, the Eugene Emeralds, also won the championship. So shout out to them and all the great prospects who we're going to be seeing soon on the way. They are going to be here, and they all contributed. I was at a lot of San Jose Giants games this year. Jimmy Glowinky was awesome. Patrick Bailey, our big high draft catcher. Luis Matos, Hunter Bishop, so many others all contributed this year to help this Giants team win the championship. And hopefully this is a sign of things to come for the bigger team this year, for the San Francisco Giants. But there could be one team standing in the way of that championship, not just for the Giants, but possibly for the Los Angeles Dodgers, one or the other, and that is these red-hot St. Louis Cardinals. They are absolutely on fire right now. This is a team that's won 14 games in a row. This is the team that is the new favorites, clearly the favorites to win the second wild card in the National League, and I actually predicted that to happen, as you saw at the beginning of this video, and that was back when both the Padres and the Reds and maybe the Mets were in front of them at that time. But I still felt like the team had pretty much underperformed for the majority of this season, and I thought that this team has a lot of talent, and that talent's going to shine through. Not that the Padres don't, but I just felt that the Cardinals would be the team where that talent would shine through these last few weeks of the season, and so far that's been happening. And yesterday they won their 14th consecutive game, thanks in part to Jack Flaherty and Dakota Hudson, both who are back off the injured list, and they are both going to be contributing big time here for this team down the stretch run. The Cardinals right now are 5 games up on the second wild card. Magic number is at 7. They are the heavy favorites. And of course, whoever does not win the National League West is going to have to play the Cardinals, assuming they win that second wild card. This is not something the Giants want. This is not something the Dodgers want. Desperately got to avoid that game, because keep in mind, if you're a Giants fan like I am, the G-Men lost both series this year to the Cardinals. Their season record against the St. Louis is 2-4, and the Dodgers haven't done much better. They're 3-3. What does this mean? Anybody can win that game. Anybody can win that game. Whatever advantage the Giants and Dodgers might have in that game, it's not, yeah, they'll have home field advantage, but I mean, honestly, there is no way you can be confident going into a game against a team like the Cardinals right now. So it just goes to show how important it is to win the division. Now, of course, the Giants could beat the Cardinals, and the Dodgers could beat the Cardinals in one game. Knowing what's on the line, throwing out your best guy, it could happen. But it's certainly not a guarantee. It's something you want to avoid, especially when you take into account how hot this team has been, which is what I'm going to talk about here, about these last 14 games, to give an idea why this team is so dangerous right now. Starting with the obvious, you got Paul Goldschmidt and Nolan Arenado, and they've both been swinging the bat very well, especially Paul Goldschmidt lately. Yesterday, the Cardinals won 8-5 over the Cubs, and these two guys combined to go 3 for 8 with 3 RBI. Goldschmidt hit his 30th home run, and that was just in game 1 of a doubleheader. Then there was game 2 of the doubleheader, and they combined to go 4 for 7 with 3 runs scored. And the day before that in Milwaukee, Goldschmidt hit his 29th of the year, went 3 for 5, 3 RBI, 2 runs scored. Day before that, the Cardinals pound the Brewers 10-2, and these guys go 5 for 6 with 4 RBI, 4 runs scored, 2 doubles, and a bomb. This duo is simply one of the best in baseball offensively, and they are not slowing down, and defensively. I mean, they're absolutely amazing. But that's not where it ends for this Cardinals team. That offense has been hot, and it's more than just those two. You got a rookie named Lars Nootbaar, and he went deep not once but twice yesterday and had 3 hits. You got Tyler O'Neill, who has 3 home runs in his last 7 games. You got Paul DeJong, who has struggled for the majority of this season, but he is heating up. He's 4 for his last 14 with a couple bombs. Harrison Bader is on fire right now. He's 20 for his last 55. Jose Rondon has been coming through with some big hits. You have Dylan Carlson, who's hitting the ball well. Offensively, I mean, they're pretty much unstoppable right now. But when they do struggle offensively, when they take on a pitcher like Yu Darvish or Brandon Woodruff, and the Cardinals have trouble scoring runs, they seem to always have a pitcher out there going toe-to-toe. Even a guy like Adam Wainwright, okay, the ageless wonder. Adam Wainwright's been around since the 40s, okay? And he has been absolutely amazing this year. 16-7 with a 3.05 ERA. I mean, he has been doing so amazing these last few years, more than just hanging on. And every year we think he's going to retire, and he's back and still awesome. He is starting to earn and merit some serious Hall of Fame talk. But that aside, just for this year, he's a serious contender for pitching in that wild card game. That's how good he's been doing. You also got a young guy named Jake Woodford. This guy's been really solid lately. He has helped the Cardinals to beat solid pitchers like Woodruff, who I mentioned, like Marcus Stroman of the Mets, and against the Brew Crew, he threw 5 scoreless innings, gave up just 2 hits. And of course, they have other solid veterans in that rotation. Look, the rotation is not exactly, you know, the scariest thing in the world. I mean, but it's one game in that wild card. There is no rotation. It's one game. We could throw out a Kevin Gausman or a Logan Webb, and the Dodgers can throw out whoever they want. They got several unbelievable pitchers, you know, whether it be Urias, take your pick, Walker Buehler, but it's one game. And if somebody in that Cardinals rotation like Wainwright comes out and has a great game, and, you know, the game stays close and this hot Cardinals offense score a few runs here late in the game, boom, you lose the game. It's a game you don't want anything to do with, because this team, this Cardinals team, is no joke. And even their bullpen is, I mean, they got the names in that bullpen. The bullpen's been a little overworked this year. Hasn't been perfect, what bullpen is, but they've been able to get the W's lately. So the bullpen has been strong. You have Andrew Miller. You have Alex Reyes. You have Luis Garcia. You have Genesis Carrera. Of course, you have Giovanni Gallegos. That's their shutdown closer right there. And once again, with Flaherty and Hudson back off the injured list, this Cardinals team is going to be tough, very scary. And, yeah, we don't want any part of them. I'm telling you right now, if you're a Giants fan, you don't want any part of this Cardinals team. You know, not to mention the fact that you burned one of your pitchers there before the NLDS. So I've been on record. I hate the one-game wild card. I despise the one-game wild card. And here's a look at some of the other names in the bullpen. By the way, you can see there's some solid names there. But as I was saying, like, yeah, this wild card game, I don't agree with it, but there's nothing we can do about it. The wild card game is there. The wild card game is not going anywhere, at least not for this year. Maybe next year, we'll see. But it's a game that if you don't win your division, you got to play that game. It's easy to say, just win your division, man. That's easier said than done when you win over 100 games. Giants could win 105 games and lose the division. Could you imagine? And then you have to go up against this Cardinals team, who haven't had nearly as good of a season as the Giants, but they could easily win one game because they're hot right now. Right now, who's the better team, Giants or Cardinals? Right now, I think it's pretty close. I mean, I think you got to give the Cardinals credit. They've won 14 in a row. Right now, they're the hotter team. There's no doubt about that. They're the hotter. Giants have been playing good baseball, but they're not this hot. So, and you know, it's the hot hand that wins in the playoffs. So, you know, overall right now, I'd say that these teams are very closely matched. It would be a great game. There's no doubt about that. Non-Cardinals, non-Giants fans would just, you know, love watching this game, but Giants fans and Cardinals fans would be a very stressful game because of one game or you go the freak home. So this is a game we don't want no part of. Let's make the Dodgers deal with the Cardinals. Let's go Giants. But Cardinals, shout out to you guys, Cardinals fans. I know I got lots of Cardinals fan subscribers. Shout out. Y'all have been playing hot baseball right now, and more than just hot, good baseball. Your team is good. I predicted y'all to be here. I predicted y'all to win the division before the season, and then in my prediction update here a few weeks ago, when y'all were down here, when you had the Padres ahead of y'all, when you had the Reds ahead of y'all, I still picked y'all to win this wild card because I really like this team, and I really like this roster, despite, you know, its weaknesses and some, you know, you've had injuries, you had problems this year, but Yeah, Cardinals are awesome, and I don't want any part of them. I don't want to see the Cardinals. No Cardinals. Okay, let's win this division. Giants a game up right now, and got a game tonight, and the Cardinals are about to take on the Cubs, so we'll see if they can continue and actually break their record for most wins in a row in their franchise history. I believe they tied it at 14, and now they're going for the record. So we'll see. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. A little update on the Cardinals. Just a quick overview of how hot they've been and why they're kind of a scary team and why we don't want to see them in a wild card game. Hope you guys have a great day. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that thumbs up button. Check out post-game shows right here on the Hum Baby Baseball channel. Congratulations again to the San Jose Giants and to the Eugene Emeralds for their minor league championship. Let's bring a major league championship to San Francisco. See ya!
When the Giants come to town, it's bye-bye, baby. Every time the chips are down, it's bye-bye, baby. History's in the making at Oracle Park.